Whatever the whims of Providence, Weiss and his defense forces were still responsible for their lives and their continuing existence as a race. It was something he never thought about during the day, only on cheerless nights like this. Was the anxiety of the hour less about the pair of lives he'd lost at 3 in the morning all those years ago than about the thousands of lives that could be snuffed out unawares because they were foolish enough to believe in this city, in their supposed strength in numbers? Wasn't that exactly the kind of arrogance that had doomed the human race to begin with? The surrounding gaslights brought nearly the luster of late afternoon to the square and diminished the density of stars in the sky above. Such lights now ran down most of the main streets, except for the outermost blocks. Having recently tapped some new natural gas pockets, there was talk among the engineers of adding gaslights to private homes soon, as they had already begun to do in public buildings. Weiss stood under a lamp, arms folded across his barrel chest as he fingered his mustache. Progress. "And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle," a voice said brightly from not far behind him. He turned and saw Gordon Lee flipping his long black hair out of his eyes as he came up along the square, a leather work-bag slung across his slim shoulder. "Revelation 22:5. Good thing we decided to name the city New Philadelphia and not that other one, huh?" "Good to see you, Gordon." Weiss extended his hand. "Working late?" Lee shrugged as their hands joined. "The kids in Sector 7 had a gas leak and were worried, so they called in a professional." He jerked his chin at the lamp Jake had been studying. "Please don't tell me there's something wrong with that one, too." "What? No, I was just thinking." "Thinking about how dangerous all these lights are, I bet," Lee said with a laugh. "That's the problem with you military types. You all think we should still be living in mud shacks in the hills and hunting with the rifles dumped here with us during the arrival." Weiss grunted. "I don't mind the newer rifles." He looked down the road in the direction of the beach. "You're telling me it never worries you, Gordon, even on these nights?" "Especially not on these nights. Why should they attack us on the nights we're expecting them? And for that matter, why pop in for a visit every other year for the last 52 years? Seems to me if someone wanted to get us, friendlies, hostiles, both, they had plenty of opportunities before we turned the lights on." "Seems to me you don't worry all that much." "Such is the critique hurled at my generation by members of yours. No offense, of course." "None taken." "Actually, I worry about plenty of things. For the last 3 hours I've been worried about a gas leak. Now that the lights are back on, I'm worried about how I'm going to wake up my wife so I can get laid. I'm thinking, be fruitful and multiply. A cliché, I know. Should do the trick." "How's Sophie, anyway?" "Good, very good, thanks. I'll tell her you were asking for her." "Do that. I miss her a lot. As a drill sergeant, she was one of my best." Lee smirked. "And as a niece?" The rapid pace of boots tearing at the fieldstone road snatched their attention. They turned to find a pink-faced novice of no more than 14, his rifle shouldered, his hand clutched around a scrap of paper. The young soldier almost forgot to salute, then snapped a quick one at Weiss while panting heavily.
"General, I'm glad I found you, sir. Captain Giordano asked me to double-time it over to your house to give you this."
Weiss unfolded the damp and crumpled note and read its penciled contents. "The 12 are returning early from the beach." He read the next line silently and glanced up at the novice. "And they're not alone?"
"No, sir."
His jaw set. "How many?"
"Just 4 others, sir. All unarmed. No signs of a kidnap situation or hostility of any kind. They should be reaching Gate 6 at any moment."
Weiss glanced at Lee and found him surprisingly silent. Then he turned his attention back to the boy. "Where's Captain Giordano now?"
"With the other perimeter guards, sir. They're on alert in case of an attack. The captain sent an armed escort to the beach to accompany our people and the guests into the city."
"Let's go. I want to meet them at the gate. Gordon, you're a civilian militia commander. Sound a general alert, but make sure not to start a panic."
"Me? Really, don't you think that someone else might—"
Weiss glared at him. "I want the city awake and ready for anything. Now let's move."